Well, this is a little McCulloch Mac Cat 38cc chainsaw. It's like it's an 18-inch bar, which is surprising for a little chainsaw. But I want to go over one thing I really couldn't stand about this saw is that you couldn't get at the spark plug without taking off the cover on the side. And I made a little modification, so I'll show you what I did. Basically, that's my modification. I took out this little bar. It's beyond that, though. It's just something else you got to do, and I'll show you what it is. These two bars, so I can get at the spark plug, right? Because otherwise, I got to take this off every time I pull the plug out. Say if it's flooded, or I don't know, it's just hard to crank over or something, or whatever, you know. But you don't want to just do this only. You want to order a special socket. You see the difference in the socket sizes here? That's your standard 5/8 socket for a 3/8 drive wrench. This is a 1/4 inch one. You notice it's shorter, and which really makes a big difference. Like if you try to get in there with this one, it's not going to get in there because of this piece right here. You'd have to chop this way out, and I was thinking I don't want to do that because then it's going to get too weak. So there's a little bit of a divot in there, which I took out with the Dremel tool. This here, so if you got a 1/4 inch drive, and you can probably, well, even if you don't have a 1/4 inch drive, as long as you got a 1/4 inch extension, and you put an adapter on it with your 3/8 drive, it'll work, right? It's a Stanley Proto J6520H 1/4 inch drive, deep socket, 5/8, 6 point. It's actually an impact socket. Fits in there nice. So I don't have to take these two bolts off, take this cover off, probably mess with the chain adjustment and gone junk, you know. That's ridiculous. So I'll show you how it works. Nice and easy now. Okay, so you pull the spark plug, boot off, you know, probably with a little screwdriver. You could get your finger in there, get your little pinky or something. And this one, like I said, you'd have to dig that out more. I don't like that. Then the cover's too weak. This one fits in there nice, see? I already loosened it a little bit. See? How's that? And you put it back in the same way. And the only thing you got to do with this is maybe put a little piece of cardboard down in there so the plug doesn't go all the way down when you put it back in. And I think that's why I got rid of my 16-inch McCulloch I had from back in 1980, because that was I think that you had to do something like this with the spark plug, and I didn't like that. And it's like the Mac 10 610 was easier to work on, you know. It's a better saw. So, but this is supposedly, I'd take this saw over some of the junk they selling in the stores today, even though it's not a really great saw. It's not that bad. See, it's metal. Touched it up with a little yellow too. I'm going to be running this full synthetic stuff in the gas from now on to try to get as much life as I can out of these damn things too. Who knows, that might make them last double, who knows, right? Maintenance. But that's a good trick, because this is a major aggravation with this. So it's more crap. I mean, you gotta take these things out, and then you gotta mess with that adjuster again, and you know what I mean. God, and then the chain goes down below the sprocket, and you know what I mean. God. Especially if you gotta, especially if you want to air it out for, if you got flooded, right? It's real easy now. So that's it. Stanley Proto J6520H. Besides that, you'll probably need this socket for something else, because these 1/4 inch drives fit in a lot of good places where these 3/8 drives don't, and that's a 5/8. runs good. I was waiting on a fuel line, and I had a rubber vacuum line. I decided to put the rubber vacuum line in so I could just run it and test it. And I'm like, okay, it runs good. Seems like it runs pretty good. So that was well worth it for what I paid for it, because it doesn't look like it has a lot of use on it, and we're going to maintain it from here on in. So it's a good little saw to grab when I don't want to grab that bigger one. So there you go. Yeah, just trying it out, a few cuts over here. I adjust the idle and the mixtures, the high and low a little bit, but didn't have to adjust it that much. Just had it in a ballpark. Does work great. Even the chain's fairly sharp. This is a good deal. Still gotta wait that get. So I don't need a carb. I got a carb rebuild kit coming for it. I don't need one, but I'm gonna keep it on hand because I know I'll need one later. And I'm gonna go over another video later on what to do with this damn ethanol fuel later. I've been researching a lot on it, what to do. Besides, there's like plus and minus in every damn thing. We're gonna be going over that in another video. But the thing is with this damn thing, rather have this than a freaking cheap ass store-bought saw. It's good for like little stuff. I don't want to be dragging out the big 24-inch McCulloch, which is a kind of a heavy-duty jobber. It's fairly heavy-duty, not real heavy-duty.